Hey guys, what's up? Danny here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys an update on the weather. So, what is going on? Hurricane Milton is about to hit the same exact area of Florida that it hit before, right? So let's go through the model. So currently it has already formed. It's currently a tropical storm, right? And it's only going to strengthen, right? Thanks to um, you know, the the extreme moisture here, right? And I'm just gonna pull up Mike's weather page real quick, and we're gonna, be able to see why exactly it's gonna strengthen so much. And currently, the intensity forecast shows, the hurricane going up to category 2 or 3 or 4. And to be honest, I think that it'll end up being a category 4. Mainly because these hurricanes tend to, really, strengthen quickly. And as you could tell with the tropical cyclone heat potential, there's a shit ton of heat potential where the storm is going to be going over here. And with the storm tracks, right? We have a median track kind of going through Tampa, Florida, and then kind of going out to sea. There's really no other models that are showing this hurricane to go up the coast, right? And could that be a possibility? Maybe, but it seems highly unlikely right now. Um, and yeah, as you could tell, there is the Milton, and then there's no wind shear where it's going to be developing. There's a lot of wind shear here, but there's no wind shear where it's going to be developing. And so that's going to make this extremely horrific because it just literally hit that part of Florida and it's going to get hit again, right? Tampa got flooded and uh, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna get flooded. So, that's the main issue with this storm is that it's gonna hit the same exact area. And I was warning you guys this before. I was warning that there was going to be a hurricane and it was gonna impact Florida around, October 9th. And as you can tell, yeah, it's forming, it's developing because, you know, that's what all the models literally were showing that there's some type of system that's going to be developing here and it's going to intensify extremely rapidly because of the warm waters and the low wind shear. And so, the GFS model kind of yeah just shows it going out to sea and then completely dissipating, and it doesn't really show any storms in the long run, although it does show another storm on October 19th impacting Florida. And from what it's looking like, that would be considered a tropical storm or hurricane, based off this current latest GFS model run. So there could be back to back to back hurricanes that are impacting Florida, which would be absolutely insane. And so if we take a look at the cone right here, it does show that it's going to be a hurricane by the time it hits Florida, right? And right now, it's probably, forecasted to hit it as a category 1 to 2 hurricane, but I do think that it's going to strengthen until category 4. And, with the wind speed probabilities, obviously, we have the highest throughout central Florida, and um, the people that are going to get impacted with the most wind are the ones that are going to be on the south side of the hurricane. And then, hurricane wind speed probability. Here we go. Um, Rainfall potential. So, definitely, potentially there could be some areas that do receive 16 inches of rainfall in Florida, right? Spotty locations. I think that is, very, very likely. And Miami is forecasted to get about 6 to 8 inches of rain. And, like, theoretically, like, if you just think about how much moisture that is, it's freaking insane because, in winter storms in like New Jersey, they usually say, oh, it's like 6 to 8 inches of snow. Oh my God, it's gonna be horrific. Imagine 6 to 8 inches of rain, right? And the storm surge is also gonna be absolutely horrific too. Um, and yeah, so arrival time of winds, right? So definitely Tuesday is going to be the day that it's going to be making landfall. Tuesday is going to be the day that, the conditions are going to be horrible, right? Anywhere from, Tuesday morning to Tuesday midnight, I think that's going to be when the worst of the storm is going to be impacting Florida. And and yeah, so it's literally the storm is only what 2 3 days away. The forecasts are going to be very very accurate to where this storm travels exactly. So everybody just be on the lookout. This is going to be absolutely insane. And with category 4, hurricane, that's a 130 to 156 mile an hour sustained winds. That's what they've defined um, this hurricane. And so yeah, it's gonna be absolutely crazy. And then the drought monitor, right? If Florida does get a lot of rain, then it's gonna be really, really good for the current drought that it's experiencing. But there's gonna be a shit ton of flooding. For the main reason because you know it's a very intense hurricane. So yeah, here's a UV index map. Obviously, we got higher UVs where the storm is going to be forming. UV index of 9 to 10. Very, very high UV over there. That's in the tropics. The sun is completely very, very powerful over there. And yeah, average time for a tropical cyclone to make landfall there. Again, here we have the tropical intensity index, very, very favorable going through, this entire area, over here. So it's going to develop. The storm is going to get extremely intense. There's going to be very little wind shear that's really going to impact it, and there's going to be a shit ton of rainfall in Florida. So please watch out. Storm surge, is going to be very, very bad. Um, at this point, I really do think there'll be like 10 to 20 foot storm surge definitely within the realm of possibility here, and it's gonna be pretty freaking crazy. That's it. I mean, yeah, let's take a look at the NAM, 12 km model, and I'll see what it's showing too when it comes to the forecast track, and it's gonna be very, very similar to what the other models are showing, and it shows that it's gonna impact more of like southern Florida than central. So, anybody in northern, central, or southern Florida, please be on the lookout for this hurricane. It's gonna get really bad very quickly, and the areas that were flooded before are going to get flooded again. Maybe not all of the areas, right? If you are on the south side of the storm, then you're going to get flooded really, really badly. So, be on the lookout for that. If you're on the north side of the storm, the winds are coming from the east to west, meaning that the water there's going to be less flooding on the north side of the storm. The south side, that's where all that storm surge is being pushed up from the ocean, and that storm is moving fast, and plus the winds, right? All of that stuff together, it's going to really, create really, really high waves there, and so that's the main thing. So if you take a look at the GEFS model, and if you take a look at the ensembles real quick, um, then we could take a look at what the tropical so here are the potential centers of this current hurricane, right? And most of the models are really agreeing that it's probably going to be impacting anywhere from this part of Florida to this part of Florida, right? And obviously there's a chance that it could go a little bit further south towards Miami, but that's unlikely at this point based on what these models are showing. And then as I continue to go through, right, it does show the models do show a couple hurricanes that could potentially, and they do show like the GFS here shows October 18th that there's another hurricane that's impacting Florida. So definitely Florida is just gonna get beat up with hurricanes like this season. It's freaking crazy, and like literally no other states are really getting impacted by any type of hurricanes. It's really just Florida because it's just sticking out there. It used to be all swampland. That's the thing, and now it's like it's industrial. They built it up. Florida literally used to be like all swamplands, and it's all at sea level. So it's um, artificial land and everything. I feel like the fact it's sticking out into the ocean like a sore thumb, it's gonna be a big victim of hurricanes and everything. So that's how it be. That's how it be for sure. And then the European model, if we take a look at the 00Z midnight model, right, also showing it impacting around the central portion of um Florida. That's going to be pretty dangerous. And yeah, so basically, guys, this storm is going to be extremely intense, and please be on the lookout for extremely, you know, for a lot of other people could die. Please evacuate, and that's it. Average track here in through Central Florida. So that's it. So I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what areas are gonna probably need to evacuate right now. Tampa is really gonna get impacted by this, right? The other hurricane, like Tampa was impacted, the storm surge wasn't as high there. Pretty sure, a little bit north of it there was higher storm surge, but it could be very, very bad here in the Tampa area for sure. So, Clearwater, St. Petersburg, and those are the main areas that really need to watch out for this, because if you really pay attention to the storm track, right, it literally shows it going right through Tampa, Florida as of right now, and, making it very, very dangerous. So again, here's again more ensembles, and you can see that little bay area. So Tampa, it could be very bad. And then yeah, so average track probably around here, because there's a lot of wind shear here to the north, so none of this the storm is not going to be tracking further north, because there's going to be a lot of wind shear there, and that's going to be keeping it from going further north, and then it's going to completely go out to sea. And good thing North Carolina hasn't seen any hurricanes yet, but after this one there's probably going to be another one. That's all I'm going to say, is that it's going to be very, very dangerous out there. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my current forecast as of right now. And be careful if you're in low-lying areas in Tampa, then just to get out right now. If you're in some like sturdy building or apartment, then I think you should be chilling. But yeah, this hurricane is gonna be freaking insane. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and peace out.